Here at Butler Kahn, one of the most common questions we will get after a car accident is what to do about the property damage claim. So if we're representing somebody, that means they've been injured in the accident, but even if you haven't been injured, you may still have a property damage claim because the party who is responsible for causing the accident is responsible for paying for your property damage as well as your injuries. So the insurance company for that driver will usually have two different types of coverages, right? There's a property damage coverage and there's an injury coverage, and you can settle your property damage claim oftentimes without needing a lawyer to resolve that, get back on the road, and the injury claim can be settled at a later date. It may be that there's additional treatment you need, or that the insurance company is not offering you a fair amount for your injury claim, but you need transportation still to get to and from doctor's appointments, work, etc. Obviously, we don't want to hold up your injury claim while you have to get back on the road. So good news is that you can settle your property damage claim without affecting your injury claim. There are really two possibilities when you have your car has been involved in a wreck. It's either totaled or it can be repaired. Not to point out the obvious, but if it's totaled, that just means that the cost of repairs exceed the fair market value. If that's the case, the insurance company will ask you to sign over the title to them, and then the insurance company will ask you to sign a release. And this is really important, especially if you have an injury claim, to make sure that that release says property damage only, or words to that effect. We've actually seen, thankfully not that often, but have seen instances where insurance companies will approach a claimant who doesn't have a lawyer, and they'll act like they're just going to settle the property damage claim and say this over the phone, and then they get something in writing, and it's an offer to settle all their claims for some amount of money, and here's the release, all we need is their signature on this. But if you read the language carefully, it doesn't limit this to just property damage claims, and you could be signing away your entire injury claim without even realizing it. So very, very important to read everything very carefully that the insurance company gives to you, and always consult a lawyer before you sign anything. That's the advice I give everybody. So, again, the other possibility, though, if your car isn't totaled, meaning that they would just write you a check and then sell the car for salvage, the vehicle can be repaired. On the other hand, the insurance company will pay for the repairs as well as pay for your rental car during that period when the car is being repaired. And something that's maybe not always fairly done by insurance companies, but to be aware of, is there's also a claim for the diminished value of that car. Because, of course, that car is not worth the same once it's been involved in an accident. Even once it's been fixed, it's not worth as much once it's been involved in a wreck when it comes to resale value. So it's always important to make sure that you get one bite at this apple. So it's always important to make sure that you're getting fairly compensated, not only for the repairs, but for the diminished value of the car. There's some other issues that I won't go into all the detail about, but this page behind me is our law firm's guide on property damage claims that we created to answer some of the most common questions that arise in various situations. And it serves basically like a roadmap for what to do in each situation. So in this, we'll go into more specifics about, do they have to use aftermarket, or can they use aftermarket parts, or can I insist they use original parts? Well, they can use aftermarket parts. If you want original parts, you would have to come out of pocket for that. Of course, it's always worth to negotiate on these things, but that's a common question we'll get as well. Don't take the first offer the insurance company offers you, and consult an attorney if you have questions along the way. Don't sign anything without reading it and hopefully consulting with an attorney about it. But really, most folks, again, can handle these property damage claims on themselves, often choose to do so. But we're always here available if you have questions. Depending on the circumstances and needs of your case, we may even offer to handle the property damage claim without taking any fee on that part of the claim. But hopefully you'll find this and our website on this helpful and informative. There will be a link in the caption below. Hopefully this will help you, and thank you for watching.